All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to discuss XMen 97, Bright Eyes. I believe that is episode 7, I think. Forgot what it was.
Yes.
But yeah, but
Yes.
Bright Eyes. So I know we're a little late on it. We had a little busy over the weekend at
hmm
C2E2. But even at C2E2, we were talking so much about it, because so many people were dressed up as Rogue and Gambit and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of X-Men
X-Men
costumes.
and One Piece were like the hot properties at C2E2 this year. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was super awesome. So we're gonna just kind of discuss it. So if you haven't seen it, you want to stay spoiler free, pause the video, come back when you're done, and let us know what you think about it. But what you guys think about it? What you like about it? Any issues you had with it?
Uh, I can't
But
stress this enough, just how much I'm invested in this show. Well, I know we all are, but just the way that they just continue to outdo themselves, and it just has me waiting for more by the time each episode ends.
mm,
It's just amazing. I really like how episodic it is. I'm almost starting to think X-Men works better in a show form because you have
mm,
more you can you X-Men's at its best when it's episodic. I think when you're doing an adaptation of it, and I like that they're really capturing the emotional aspect of it. I feel really invested in the characters. I really like where they went with Rogue. I think that the ensemble element is being just handled wonderfully. It really has you guessing for what's going to happen next. Um, I think that I like the sense of balance. Who's doing this, who's doing this, who's doing this,
mm.
and I think that it all kind of tied together pretty well at the end of the episode. And I'm just it's the stamp on my Wednesday mornings. I have to start watching it pretty much before I do anything else.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
hold you. I go
it.
hold you one better. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch it.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
I wake up. I wake up like this.
That's your alarm.
Mhm.
It's ready to go. My wife's like, "What is
Mhm.
wrong with you?" I said, "So much, but it's so good."
Oh, also, whoever's doing the fight scenes plays a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That was such an awesome reference when she did the super kick in it.
Mhm.
I was just like, I that was legit me, the Leonardo DiCaprio from the movie. Like, oh hey, look,
Mhm.
like I was like, oh shit, they did
Um,
it. That was cool.
I was, and I know we touched on this. I know it's a very minuscule thing, but it's just you be quiet, Xavier. Um,
I
it,
always
it,
be
it at the beginning, I was just really happy to see Belladonna Badro show up at Gambit's funeral. I've just always liked her as a character, and I've kind of always wanted to see them do more with her on the animated series. I just like her as a character. I was like when I saw her at the funeral, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for her to be there along with the
Mhm.
rest of the Thieves Guild. Um,
Oh yeah.
mhm. but but yeah, I like how they do the character cameos. Also, that they make sense. They don't feel like they're just shoehorned just for the sake of being there. That's another thing that I like about the show. Just that
Yeah.
little tidbit.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Mhm.
Also in the funeral part, I feel like Nightcrawler threw some hate towards the like Gambit's his old group, like, oh, he might have
Mhm.
been in with a bad crowd and did some bad stuff, and it cuts to like his brother, I think it was, or something like that. I
Yeah,
was like,
his brother.
ugh. So
Mhm.
so yeah, I thought that was kind of like funny a little bit, but also like true.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. But yeah, what about you, Brian? How'd you like it?
I mean, how can you not like what Rogue did? Rogue
Mm,
was so emotionally distraught, and if you really been there, and you're not even ready to really recognize to recognize what happened, to really own up to it, and how angry you get at it. I thought that she played it perfectly, and how irrationally you can do. And if you're really, really strong, how you're gonna act. You
Mhm.
can't tell me nothing. I'm always holding back for you. So like right now, you don't need to be doing anything. So like, and I think it was something like that. Nightcrawler said, and said, you know, you're sad, but you didn't watch them die. You helped them live. That kind of started to bring her back. And the fact that when she was ready to come back, she looked up and she saw all the X-Men there for her. Because when you're going through something like that, when it's that hard for you, what you need your friends by you. You need to go through your anger. You only got all the steps you got to go through. You have to go through all the things, all the process you need to go through. But at the end of the day, you do need someone to have your back. And when she was ready to open her eyes, she realized she has people to have her back. And I thought that was really interesting and well done. And the whole thing with Rogue and Captain America was great. It was 100% great. And then when she, so you're not gonna hand out, you're not gonna be with us on our side of the X-Men. And he was like, my hands are tied. And she was like, oh, really? Since your hands are tied, you're not gonna need this shield. And it throws it off. The look that he has in his face, like he want to go, bitch. Like, you just do that to me. Oh, it was hilarious and so good. And I think someone said that there is a variant, there is a world where they have their own, they have a child together. So I thought
Mhm.
that was cool too, because those people, those two interacting, well, just once again, smart. This show knows what it's doing. And then even at the end of the show, seeing Magneto and how much it
Oh
makes
man.
sense. Oh man, I mean, and then who's behind all of this stuff? And
Mhm.
I'm enjoying it so much. They're hitting all the right chords. Even the whole tension between Cyclops and Jean Grey, and then them like when they forget also they've been through, they kind of fall back together,
Mhm.
and then they realize, oh well, I shouldn't be liking you right now. So you feel it. It's literally like a soap opera, but that's what X-Men is.
Mhm.
If you ask me what X-Men is, it is a superhero soap opera with all this greatness, all these cool things happening all over the place, and we're getting great stories because that's what they have. Great
Mhm.
stories. That's why they have 800 issues. That's why people continue to
Yeah.
read it, because of what they do. So, but
Yeah. And I
with
think the
all that
best way when
goodness,
you do
I gotta say this. I told you guys we weren't going to have more Storm again. It's going to be another episode, no Storm. I said it. Y'all didn't believe me.
yeah.
And I had my huge rant, and I was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and
Yeah,
Xavier are gonna
they need.
come up with
Yeah, it's time for them to bring Storm back. Now stop playing.
Yeah.
They need to. They're going too many episodes without her, and as more time passes, that's sitting progressively worse with me.
I think her and Xavier are gonna play a big part in the end, I think. You know, so because right now, because especially right now, it's like say in this episode that we got, they're missing their like moral guide almost.
Mhm.
Xavier's gone. He was definitely like a moral compass for them. And then Storm is gone, who also helped kind of keep things in check. You know what I mean? But now you had, her and him both gone. Cyclops is dealing with a bunch of shit. Rogue is off the deep end. And even in this
Mhm.
episode where she drops what's his name, and
Trask.
Wolverine was like, well, yeah, Trask. It's like, oh, well, somebody had to
Mhm.
do it. And even Morph is like, is this who we are now? I was just like, just their whole vibes of like, are we the good guys still? You know what I mean? Like,
Talk about real quick what you told me about, the whole thing with Magneto and the shaving thing and
oh
all that.
man, yeah. I mean, the whole thing with like him playing the song, the Purple Eater thing, he played that before, and it's like an annoying song, but that scene was very reminded me of like Reservoir Dogs, this is how it was with the music going in. The character was kind of crazy, but it was just also, it's like it just seemed like a big fu to Magneto, because Bastion was using a metal, like old school razor blade, and it's just like, oh, you're the master of what? And as he's shaving him, and he's like, I can slit your throat right now, with a metal razor blade, and it's like, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. And it was just like a big like Bastion is really cool in the show. They're doing really cool stuff with him, and even little things like that, like the music, and just shaving him, it just seems like very like he's a puppet, and he's like, I have full control of you, because this shaving somebody in a movie is very symbolic of I have power over you, because you literally have a blade to somebody's neck, but you're cleaning them, in a sense. So that's been a trope in movies for a long time, but it's doubly messed up because of his superpower, so it's just like, and the whole thing of that was super messed up, and then that stupid song in the background playing was it's just like the cherry on top of the ending. I was like, oh, it was so good. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you guys think about X-Men 97, the last episode, or you think about the trailer that we just watched. How you like the show so far, what predictions you might have of the last 3 episodes. But leave a comment, let us know. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We super appreciate all you guys coming in, checking us out. And if you're watching live, stick around, because we're going to move on to our next topic.